we are biting the bullet and we're going to make our first YouTube, and we're throwing ourselves in the deep end and going to do a vlog. So this morning I'm getting ready. I am going to Lombok for the week. I'm going to Lombok with, I think there's like 13 of us. I've been meaning to go to Lombok for like over a year now. There was 2 trips that I was meant to go on, and both times something happened that I couldn't go. So we are getting close to going to the airport, so this trip is happening. And I'm just getting ready there now. I'm just packing the bag, collected the laundry, and had to go get Ziploc bags. I'm going to bring my oats and protein, I think. I've been really on the oats buzz, and I just get hungry and I don't know the setup of Lombok. I don't know what time things open and food and stuff. So I'm just like, get my breakfast organised every morning and I'll be a happy girl. So yeah, I'm going to take you along, and it's going to be my first one. I have never been the type of person that brings their food on holidays with them, but the oats are fun because honestly, I think I'm addicted. I have literally gotten the recipe down to a T, and they're so good. Okay, we're on the way to the airport, and we're going to set our intentions for Lombok.
Yes, mine is to be in peace and experience fun. What's yours?
Love that. I want peace as well, and I just want to be in my joy. Like, I want to be magnetic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm ready to quantum leap.
Yes.
Like, I'm coming in with the biggest manifestations and going to be surrounded by great people.
Yeah. Morning breathwork. Meditation.
Surf.
Yeah. Being in like art play.
Being in play, being in joy, being with great people. Yeah, and just let that be the magnetic frequency to call in all of our desires.
Not trying to be something, just being.
Yeah, I think I really want to switch off from the noise, and I think Lombok is a good place to just like be really
new
present.
Environments.
Yeah. Limit time on social media.
100%.
Yeah. So that's
the intention.
That's the intentions. And isn't it wild that like to get to sleep, you pretend that you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
So if you just pretend that you're already doing the thing, you then do the thing.
It's like act as if.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Neville Goddard says.
Oh, true though. Like just act as if and like become.
Yeah.
Whether it's like for identity work, but also just like imagine your dream.
Yeah, and like creating that feeling of joy within you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like all about the feeling, anyways.
Yeah.
It's like you use the vision obviously to create the feeling, but it's like the feeling is what
is the
drives.
most important part. Because that's the thing that like, I used to really struggle to visualize. So like to actually get even through a guided visualization, I'd be like I can't see it, but it was like
Was it because you were trying to like control?
I think it was like I think it felt like force and it felt like pressure. So then I was like, oh, I can't do it. But then I was like able to tap into the feeling, and still now I can visualize a lot better. I usually visualize somewhere I've been before, but kind of like adapted to the circumstances that I'm calling in. But I mainly go on the feeling. So I think of something that brings me the feeling already. So if it's like gratitude, I'll be like, think of a person that I'm really, really grateful for, and then I'll like anchor in that feeling,
and then that drives.
That drives.
So do you do it like guided, or do you just do it yourself?
Both. I love Alana's Rewire, so I'll do that. But I really just love, like, if I want to, say if I'm feeling like a little lower, or I'm like, I wish I was feeling a little lighter. What I'll do is I'll think of something that brings me that feeling. So if it's peace, I'll be like, right, I'll use my breath, but then I'll also like visualize myself in like my favorite place at home and how much peace that brings me. And then I'll feel peace in my body, and then it's already, then peace becomes anything that I'm calling it that I wanted peace from, just becomes the byproduct.
Yeah, because you're not waiting for the thing to give you the feeling, you're already giving it yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Yeah. You already have that inside you. Powerful.
It's all happening. Good luck.
Right. Oh, it says don't blink your mouth. So you
Worst bird ever. Oh yeah, we're fucking up.
So do we make a wish? Yeah, we make a wish.
Oh my.
You just made that shit up, bro. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but you didn't give me the same reaction.
I lost mine at the panel. I still have.
I need to go say their reaction shit. I was like, you're
Two of them in sync, just like him.
I'm gonna keep this. That was so
And dinner wasn't ruined cause you never got the pick. I know that everybody told me that I'm sick cause
in my mind, falling away in my heart. I know you feel the same when you're with me. You know I'm all you need. You're where I wanna be.
Off the plane, and Orna has the best one-liner from a Joe Dispenza podcast. She's just going to share it with us.
Your personality creates your personal reality, guys. Just let that one sink.
That is
Let that
that
one
is a
sit.
bar.
It's a bar.
And we're going to lead with that.
It's basically your identity is creating the life that you're living. So if you're living a life right now that maybe you're in lack or you're in separation from what you want, same thing. Could be a relationship, could be maybe you're not where you want to be in business. Look at the thoughts you're thinking, the behaviors you're engaging in, the stuff you're consuming, and how you're
be
being.
wildly curious with it. That's what
Yeah.
I was actually, that's
Yeah.
how I started scripting on or doing my content there. Like, if you're just wildly curious about how things can pan out and like do things before you have proof.
Yeah.
Like step into like what I was saying there, like step into the identity, show up, change your thoughts. That will change how you're feeling.
And it's not shaming.
No.
It's not shaming yourself for being that way. It's like if you have all the information and you're consuming this type of content, then you have the power to change that, and that is more empowering than anything, because it'd be worse if we couldn't change our reality and we were just stuck as we are and we're not happy with where we are. You know?
And we've all been there. Like, there's things in my life that I'm still like, yeah, I'd love to change that. And it's like, I actually do have the power, and it's just about me becoming like conscious about how that shows up, how I show up, and how I can, start to implement changes that are going to shift my entire reality.
And we're doing that. We're stepping into new environment, new identity. It sounds crazy to some, but
and
makes
act
sense.
before there's proof. Like,
yeah.
so one of my goals. So our friend just got us a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
And so my wish was, I had 2 wishes. So this is I'm going to tell you my 2 wishes. So my first wish was to find my forever partner in the next year. Yeah.
I love that.
And to experience love the way that my friends describe it, like you and Yazan
Yeah.
and Orna, or Alana and Dean.
Yeah.
And my second one was to sell out the Conscious Founder Retreat. Yeah.
And you will. You definitely will.
Did you make a wish?
I was just more so wishing for the trip.
But I feel like that was the vibe that we're going for. I was just like quantum leap.
But I still
Shoot
have
for the
it.
stars.
I still have it, so I'll do it again when I get more clarity.
It was for the trip as well that I was doing mine, that I was just going to sell out this retreat and find my forever partner.
Yeah, I was just calling in, again, peace, joy, because a lot of the time lately I've been more in my head, so I'm taking myself out of presence when I'm in a fun experience or like a joyous experience that I'm like, kind of critical of myself. So just being conscious of that and just letting that part of me go this week so I can fully just be present and be in whatever feeling I want to call in, whether that's peace, joy,
And be you without
and be
any
myself,
anything attached. Like, obviously, like everything outside of you is an extension of you, but just to come back
So
to
true.
you. We
Yeah.
really want to get unhinged this week in the sense of
I said get on Hinge. Speak for yourself.
no, Orna is like loved up, married, and everything. No, we really want to
Yes,
get
we wanna get
unhinged.
unhinged,
Like, we
that's
want to be
it.
like so authentic and just like put things out there, put things out there in our content, the way we speak to people in our communities, that the things we stand for, and our
Allow
little
that
quirks.
to be seen. Allow like no walls to come up. Like no, just being ourselves.
Yeah.
just being ourselves.
So this week we are leading with your personality will change your personal reality,
Yes.
and unhinged bitches.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Hey, guys, this is Lombok, baby.
Lombok. beautiful. Oh my god. That's not patient, that's determined. You got more
Let me take you higher so I can show you love. It's a place of time, but it's for both of us. This is the world of fine, we can't get enough. Let me take you higher so I can show you love. It's a place of time, but it's for both of us. This is the world of fine, we can't get enough. Let me take you higher. Let me talk to you, show you what love can do. I wanna see you move. I know you can feel it too. Let me talk to you, show you what love can do. I wanna see you move. I know you can feel it too. Let me take you higher so I can show you love. It's a place of time, but it's for both of us. This is the world of fine, we can't get enough.
So myself and Alana have secured, I actually don't know how we got this room, although you can hear construction, but we got the room with such a beautiful little balcony where we'll do our morning meditations, magic manifestations. That is so Bali. But such a beautiful villa. And yeah, now I have a group session for everybody in my community. So yeah, we're going to be doing a live somatic and energetics breathwork session. Breathwork and energetics. And yeah, and this is the beauty of it. Like, I set up the community, I think it's like almost 2 weeks now. So this is our second live call, and the girls that are training with me for their facilitator training as well will be joining these calls. And yeah, I just feel so connected to this work again. And yeah, I've always been an energetics girly, but I feel like in the last couple of months I've been really pulled back into my own spirituality and yeah, the magic that happens with that. And I think sometimes we can be really logical and really rational, and especially when it comes to business, it's like strategy, it's formula, it's like if you literally put this formula in, you will get the outcome. And when I look back to things that have happened over the last couple of months, even over the last 12 months, a lot of times the success that I've accumulated has come down to energetics, has come down to my own like inner work. Like, the amount that's happened in 12 months is wild. And to be honest, it was something I was thinking about today when we were flying over here. It was like, I literally just chose to just go after it. And I was the type of person that was like so afraid of even trying in case I was seen to fail. Like, the only reason that I would go after something was because I genuinely was like, yeah, I actually, I feel like there's a possibility that I could actually get that. Where some of the things that I've went after in the last 12 months, like, I had zero proof that, yeah, that could be possible. But I completely trusted, I completely believed in myself making it happen, and here we are. And I really just, I think it's so powerful and so potent. And I don't know, like somewhere along the way, I almost was like drawn out of this a little bit. I've never been fully out of it. I've still always like, yeah, come back to it. Even with the retreat last year, that's how I saw my retreat, was like really calling in people, calling in the right people, setting my intention for the retreat, setting around the energy for the retreat, and yeah, growing my following, the same thing. Like I scripted the whole thing of how that took off, and to the date, I think a week, so I scripted that a reel would pop off on some date in May, and then the week after it actually popped off, and everything that I scripted was just like literally how it happened. And it was the same with moving to Bali. I didn't know I was moving to Bali, and I scripted a day in May, a random day in May, down to like the workout that I was doing, who was in the workout, where I was living, who I was living with, even though I had a job at the time. Like it didn't make sense, but I just scripted it, and literally that exact date I was doing a workout with the exact people in the exact partners that I wrote, and we were living in the same villa, which is what I wrote in, and I had left my job. So yeah, it's just so potent and so powerful, and I feel like I just really want to lean in to more of that in this trip. And what a better way to literally land and have an energetics and breathwork session, live session for my community when I'm in this beautiful island. And yeah, and I'm actually buzzing. This is my dream, literally, just to fly into a new location, a beautiful island, and to be able to jump on a call with my community and do a live session. And honestly, creating this community, it's happened so fast. Literally, I'd say just a month ago, I had a download that I wanted to create this community. I wanted to basically have a full resource hub of everything that's helped me, from identity work, nervous system work, educational workshops, from tangible, practical things, and how you can actually implement them straight away and make shifts and changes in your own life, whilst also doing the deeper work and getting the real time healing, the real time rewiring, and actually having that support system around you where you're doing the deeper work with people who are of a similar mindset to you, that want similar things out of life, that are on that journey together. And when I was building the community, one of my biggest intentions, genuinely, it was not from like a financial aspect. It was I wanted this space where it felt like there was infinite possibilities, and it was practical, and it was tangible, and it actually gave people the results. Because I think sometimes we can like jump into a lot of sessions, somatic sessions, and that integration period is where majority of the work actually happens, and it can be really difficult to do it alone. One, not having, like-minded people who are on a similar journey to you, and two, not having the right maybe education or resources or tips to help you in that integration, like that period in between sessions. And oftentimes we can just lay on the mat, and we get this little high, and then we almost get stuck in this cycle. And it was like something that I just had this download that I was like, this is exactly what I would have jumped into myself, and I would still jump into myself, because it's for anyone at any stage of their journey. It doesn't have to be like at the start of your personal development journey. It's literally for anyone who is wanting to better themselves, that is on their own personal development journey. Even for business, if you want to do that deeper nervous system work and expand your capacity to hold more, whether that is freedom, whether that is love, whether that is finances or impact within your business, it's all that work where you can actually do the deeper work and be held in it in between sessions. So I created something that I was wanting myself, and I have tried to create communities in the past, whether that was on Telegram, WhatsApp, with private clients that I was working with. And creating community is hard. Like, anyone that has tried to create community knows that it can be quite difficult once it's online. I think creating community in person is a bit different, because you have that in-person element, but actually getting the energy through the online space can be sometimes a bit challenging. And I swear to God, as soon as this community opened up, there was like paragraphs and paragraphs of people commenting on the challenges that I was doing inside there. And I was like, I honestly was so taken back by it, because I almost like didn't expect it. I anticipated to be a bit of a graft at the start, to get people engaging, to get that energy building. And it was like suddenly it was just like the energy built, and I genuinely honestly believe that was because my intention behind this the whole time was to create a community that was supportive, that like, cheered you along the way, and like there was no shit, there was no mean girl energy, and it was genuinely a place where infinite possibilities arrive. We went to the most beautiful full-moon ceremony last night, and I feel like it was just everything that I needed, and it was definitely meant to happen. 2 girls that I know from Germany have landed back in Bali. Well, actually, they've landed in Lombok, so we went to meet them. They were going as well, and it was like this shala that was in the middle of the jungle, and it was like elevated from the ground, like definitely health and safety, you would not see it in Ireland, but it was so beautiful. The guide, he was just such a lovely guy that was just so down to earth, like a Spanish guy, and it was all around the new moon in Sagittarius, which landed on my birthday, and I had been meaning to do a ritual, but I just didn't have time. Life was busy, life was lifing, and we're still in the energy, so I was like, perfect, let's go. And there was sound, there was cacao, we did some writing down like our own limitations, like burning them in like kind of a like cauldron thing in the middle. What else was there? There was movement, really cool sound as well, like didgeridoos, and yeah, it was just a really beautiful group. I just felt so grounded and cleansed, and I really just feel like this trip is going to open up so much. Like, I haven't even seen the island properly because I was working a lot of yesterday when I landed, and then by the time that I was finished work it was like dark and I went to the full moon ceremony. But last night was definitely a sign of the energy that I feel like we're bringing into Lombok and we're leading with, and yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm just excited to be so present, to be in my joy, to find play. And this is exactly why I've created the life that I've created, like to be able to come to a beautiful island with beautiful people and experience it whilst also being able to work. It's amazing. And on that note, it kind of reminds me, so I just made a post last night which was basically kind of inspo from my 29th birthday, and it was like how different I thought my life would look by 29. And I think like definitely when I was younger I had this like image of how my life was going to play out, like what I was going to be, how it was going to look, you know, being married by 28, having children by 30, and like it's as far from what I expected, and I couldn't have predicted the path in which has played out in the last few years. Even every challenge has brought me to the exact position that I've needed to be in order to step into my highest evolution. And I think that's sometimes something we can forget, is we call in all of this expansion and we're like, we want X, Y, and Z, and we desire this kind of a life and desire this kind of a relationship and da 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 da. And then we forget that like in order to get that, oftentimes it comes with the challenges, it comes with actually leveling up, it comes with going through maybe some inner wounding, going through the depths of that contraction in order to step into that expansion. And when I look back on any point in my life in which there was an expansion, in which there was like an up leveling, there was a contraction period, and sometimes it was honestly one of the hardest things ever. Like when I think of the last 6 months in Bali, like just before that, I honestly, when I tell you, I was like, business was going great, but my headspace was like in the worst space ever. And I genuinely was like, how am I going to get through this? But I knew what I wanted, I knew what it was calling in, and I wrote in my diary for months before I went through a breakup. I wrote like I really wanted independence. Given that my dynamic, things that were going on in my personal life, that's what I was craving. I just wanted this independence, and it came in the most unexpected way, and the way that I wouldn't have planned, I wouldn't have predicted, and that came with a shit ton of challenges, but it led me exactly to where I needed to be, and it gave me that independence, and it gave me that peace. And yeah, I think oftentimes we can forget that the things we're calling in might not come in the way in which we're calling them in. It mightn't be like, well, here's the silver platter and here's your independence and peace. It's like, no, this is going to take you going to the depths, meeting yourself, like deepening your relationship with yourself, doing the inner work, and making sure that you actually have a vessel in which that can hold that life, that can hold that vision. And oftentimes when we're not actually in alignment with the thing that we desire or the thing that we're calling in, it's really a time and an opportunity to go inward and to look at, like, is there anything within me that, you know, needs to shift, that needs some light shone on it. And that is the beauty of this work. And sometimes it can be lost in the love and the light and the expansive and the magnetism that I speak to, but very much the shadow, the depths, the contraction is a very big part and important part of the process. But it is also your reminder to shoot for the stars, to know that anything that you want in this lifetime is a possibility. We live in a reality of infinite possibilities, and you actually have the capacity to be the creator of that reality, which is so exciting. And the last few years, when I've kind of stepped out of, not that I was deep in victimhood, but there was points in my life where I did fall victim to it. And from a very compassionate, non-judgmental lens, I started to take radical responsibility, radical ownership over my own life. And it was so empowering to be able to look at my life through that lens and to look at things that weren't going right or maybe playing out or repeated cycles. And instead of being like, look at you doing it again, or this always happens to you, I went, okay, well, what's happening right now? What can I change? What's going on within me that is rippling this in my external, that is mirroring in my reality? And taking radical responsibility and accepting that is one of the most empowering things that you can do. So just know that if you're in a position that you feel stuck, that you feel lost, that you thought you would be somewhere different in life, you are on your own timeline. And right now in this moment, you have an opportunity to take radical responsibility and self-ownership to change your entire reality.
And dinner wasn't ruined cause you never got the pick. I know that everybody told me that I'm sick cause
The way my mind falling away in my heart, I know you feel the same when you're with me. You know I'm all you need. You're where I wanna be, my darling. Can't you see? I love
someone else to sleep next to you. Only sexual, but girl, I ain't judging. Know you were sick of my shit. Found yourself a bitch, one that's celibate, but I know you're funny. Cause I know you like a nasty. Can't get that you past me. I'm grabbing the throne. Let me tell you why I'm a blessing.
This is our first surf together. On our last.
What a buzz. It's not our last. This is going to be, I don't know, I feel like something magical's going to happen.
Oh God.
I think we're going to see a turtle.
We're gonna see a turtle. Oh God, Maggie.
My darling, can't you see?
Oh God, she had to get the kitten in, didn't she? It's me and Aoife's first surf together. Here come the gang. Hello. You local, are you? Not moving.
Nope, first time here. Oh, sorry. Because I feel like I need, my eyes are so sensitive, so I'll just be like in all the...
Woo! Woo! What song are we playing?
take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that my love is fire. His heart was a stone, but then his hands rolled. I turned him to gold and it took him higher. Well, I'll be a daydream, I'll wear your favorite things. We could be beautiful, get drunk on the good life. I'll take you to paradise. Say you'll never let me go. Deep in my bones, I can feel you. Take me back to a time only we knew how to wait. We could waste a night with an old film, smoke a little weed on the couch in the background. How to wait. Say you'll never let me go. 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 Say you'll never let me go.
Friendship. Yeah. A relationship. So we're just taking a moment before we go into Alana's first initiation into the energy. So there's 4 initiations and we're in Lombok and we really wanted to start the process here. It's a special trip.
It's
For
a
a
very
special
special
girl.
trip. So I'm gonna be initiated, guys.
She's gonna be a Kundalini queen.
So we'll let you know how we get on the other side. Apparently it's like a normal energetic session. Well, like Aoife is telling me that, so she's doing her own thing, and like I've done so. Like like Aoife is the Kundalini queen and like has changed my life through this energy. And like when I first met her, she had just qualified in Kundalini and was just initiated, and like she did practice sessions on me and they were insane. And now a couple of years later we're best friends, and she has created her own training and I'm the first person to be initiated in it, which is just insane. And especially that you get to do this stuff with your best friends and you get to share that, like it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
So
it's really special, and thank you for being the first, for being so trusting and open. And it's the first person in this lineage, which is special. And even though I'm saying it's a normal session, like once you have your 4 initiations, like your energetic pathways and your blueprint has shifted for the entire of your existence. So you're going to become even more magnetic.
we're gonna be quantum leaping, guys. We're going to the moon.
For the second serve.
Second survey. We had a little bit of a mishap, guys, but we won't. We're alive.
Yeah, and you know what? We're all gonna appreciate life a little more. How
It
precious.
just goes to show, like, you have to be very careful, like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Literally, split second and things can change. Alana had a little bike accident. The bike pulled out in front of the lads with no indicator, but she's okay. She's there in all her glory.
It's gratitude of life.
She is transcending that into gratitude of life.
Tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you. Tell you I need you. Tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets and ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back said it was easy.
It's Saturday morning. We've been in Lombok since Tuesday and it's been incredible. We've had lots of surf, gym, work, good vibes, chilling by the pool, great energy. And you would have seen at the start when I started recording this vlog that yeah, I was really excited for this trip. I was like, I just feel there's something about this trip that is calling in a lot of expansion. And yeah, I was talking a lot about like manifestation, calling in my desires, you know, really being able to be in my peace and my joy. And I really want to share this aspect because it is the foundations of this work. And it's really cool to see it show up in real time because obviously I wouldn't usually record my everyday as much as I am right now. But it's such a great example for you to see when we're calling in expansion, when we're calling in, you know, the opportunities, the desires, the next level, the identity, the life that we want to live, it is going to face us with challenges. And these challenges are invitations and opportunities to shift and transcend into our highest evolution. Because I could say that I, you know, want this loving relationship, this really safe relationship that is my forever person. But if I cannot hold that level of love, if I cannot hold that within my vessel, then it's not going to come into my existence until my body feels safe enough to receive that. And it's interesting. I had a lot of business goals and I did have a personal desire as well that I was calling in that I got really intentional at the start, and I think I actually named it in the video. I think I said I was calling in like a forever partner, and I was calling in selling out the retreat. And this week alone, this has shown up and been mirrored in my reality. Two things have come out of the woodwork that honestly you couldn't write it have come into my external reality, and they've brought up a lot for me. It's felt scary to hold. It's felt scary to be confronted with it. It's been really uncomfortable and it's actually been painful as well. There's really deep hurt there, and it is really interesting but also makes sense why these are now being mirrored in my reality. Because in order for me to hold the desires that I am calling in, I have to feel safe enough. My vessel, my nervous system has to have the capacity in order to hold this. And even when we think of those states of consciousness, our energetic being able to actually resonate with the things that we're calling in, the opportunities, the people, the places, they are the things that we are starting to almost become that magnet to. And when we are moving through that, if we had no challenge, if there was no resistance, if life was just rosy and I just got handed the perfect partner right in front of me, like that just wouldn't, how would we evolve? How would that actually bring me and allow me to tap into my highest potential? Because there's no opportunity for me to evolve, to be able to hold this. I would just get the relationship, and because of everything that internal is going on for me, I probably would really struggle to hold that relationship. I might self-sabotage, or I might not be able to really open myself up and receive that level of love. And this is why when challenges come into our field, when challenges come into our life, or when hardship, or when we're moving through something that's quite difficult, this is the beauty to look at it as it is an invitation and it is an opportunity for you to transcend, for you to move through this, to become and to evolve to the person who can hold the desires that you're calling in. And that's how I know that what I'm calling in is on the way, because otherwise this wouldn't have happened. You know, this, I would have just been able to sit there and, you know, everything would be going great. And if that's happening, I'm like, nothing, there's no growth. I'm not growing if I don't have the challenges, because the challenges are what makes me into the person that can hold that life. And even when I look back on my past, and you know, you look in hindsight, you're like, any turning point in your life, any point where you felt like you know, it was a trajectory moment and it was a pivotal moment, that just think back and it's like, there probably was a challenge in there. There was probably something that was really difficult, something that maybe you had to choose yourself, maybe you had to let go of something, maybe there was fear there. And in order to move through that, you had to go through that and evolve, and you became the person who now could hold that life. And yeah, I just really wanted to come on and to share that and to show you in real time that yes, I'm in this frequency that is like I'm being a magnet and I'm calling in my desires and I want to be in my joy and I want to be in my peace, and there with that comes the challenges, and I'm able to separate my emotions from me. They don't overconsume me. They don't become a part of my identity. I can see this as, yeah, a piece of my evolution. I've sat in the depths of it. I've given myself space to feel everything that's coming up, to bring awareness to what's coming up, and yeah, an opportunity to choose differently. And what I've done in these circumstances is I have done a very different behavior than I would have ever done in my past, honestly. And I'm really proud of myself, and I'm still sitting with that discomfort. Like, it's still uncomfortable because it doesn't involve me, it involves other people. And it's uncomfortable to look at, and it feels unfamiliar to act in that way. But I know by embodying and acting in this way, I am showing up as the person that can hold the life that I'm calling in. And if I can show up as the person who can hold the life that I'm calling in, I am changing my state of consciousness. And when I'm changing my state of consciousness, I am operating at a different frequency. I'm operating at a different being, which will draw the experiences, the opportunities, the desires into my reality. But I am also expanding my vessel to hold that reality. So it's exciting. The next time you're going through a challenge, or the next time you're calling in something and you become aware of it being mirrored in your reality through a challenge, through a lesson, through a hardship, I want you to remember that that means you are on the edge, that you are literally being tested and being given an invitation and an opportunity to become that person.
Rory's a professional surfer, so has never surfed. Have you once surfed? Got on a board. Are they the best surfers?
It was actually so fun. I think I'm immediately addicted. Now I did it between more times.
What days, like Saturday or Sunday?
Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Myself and Nora went to the full moon ceremony, like the first night that we arrived here. So obviously you saw full moon ritual at the start of this vlog, being like, we are following expansion, like we are manifesting like our biggest desires. Nora has been in bed sick.
I've been physically very fucked today. Getting all my, purging all my negatives out of my life, physically, all day yesterday.
Genuinely though, like, it was such a powerful ceremony. Like, we did movement, we did sound. When we were journeying, so we wrote out this like on our journal, like our limiting beliefs essentially, and what we were letting go. But like what I wrote, I would normally not speak that way. Yeah, it was like it was being channeled, and you said you would say Alice, and then we burnt it. Like it was definitely some witchcraft that's going on.
The moon was like right there.
Yeah, we're in the shallow in the middle of the jungle. And
The cacao was used like
the cacao was
too well.
yeah, so we were getting extra cacao because I was like, yeah, I'd love another cup of cacao. It was like auto filters, and she like gave us like double each, so we basically had 3x the amount of cacao.
Steak and egg, medium? Yeah.
Okay, well, still we're submitting, so we're going to stop here. Pull in because, sorry, look how green that is. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Can I get a drink? Here? Hello. Hi. Lovely to meet you. Have a good day. So we just arrived to Maui Beach, I think. I drove the bike because of a call and the guys rented jeeps for the day. But because I might have to head away a bit earlier, I drove and oh my god, the drive was insane. Like, so beautiful, the mountains and all the green. Like, Lombok is such beauty. And if you've ever been in Bali, Thailand, Vietnam, wherever there's a bike, the roads are insane in Lombok. Like, they're so good, they're so empty as well. And the level of freedom when you have your headphones in, tunes banging, and you're driving, you're just like, there's actually nothing better. That is the sense of liberation. And wait till you see this beach. Those waves look insane. I wish everyone could feel that sense of liberation of being on a bike, going for one of the best drives and then landing on this kind of a beach. Vibes and vibes and vibes.
And it goes. The way you walk, the way you understand me, the way you move, the way you just whisper me, the way you touch, the way you used to kiss me. I want you just the way you are.
All the solutions to any challenges that we have in our life. Not that there's actually many of them right now. Thank you for finding our DGI. Thank you for the incredible women that are going to find her summer retreat today and sell her out.
She's gonna be sold. I know when we really go into that Instagram.
Yeah.
There's gonna be there.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it goes. And it goes.
Yes. Thanks. Single for both.
Oh, you want a single for both?
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. It's on the mind. Single shot. To all of our wishes, to our solutions.
to our life, that we used to pray for.
It is actually.
And to yeah, it's just
You know, having coffee.
like,
I'd say it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago that I tested it. Yeah. But it's been, I'd say it's been nearly 3 months.
unreal.
Go on, shows.
Okay, so we've got hot tub here.
We're still the same, don't ever change. I want you just the way you are every day now. Say you stay, don't go away. I love you just the way you are, the way you are.
So we are going to Salong Balong.
Salong Balanak.
Salong Balanak. And yeah, we're going to take the little convertible.
Lies left them lost, caused them to be lethargic. I knew we'd need a heartbreak just to get his life started. Cause love to me is sacred. I don't hate you, I just hate that you made it. But hatred comes young, kiss the tongue till you're faded. Smiles to a glass, one soul, how we traded, huh? Tell me love's worn off, well I've just begun. See, I've had relationships, but they were just for fun. Time we met, love through a cigarette. Guess the only remedy was that time we met, love through a cigarette. Man, I don't know. Love through a cigarette.
Here.
Don't be such a pussy.
You have a great colour, Orna. Fantastic colour.
Thanks, guys. Been working on it. I need to tan my back though because my ass is the colour of the sand. Like.
We're gonna play Mafia.
Boys! Game of Mafia.
Get the young boys in.
Do you want to be the judge? Easy, unreal. Solve that.
Thanks. I think that really suits you.
Does everyone know how to play?
Also, I kind of know.
Well, like, yeah, if no one doesn't know how to play, just say now, so then at least I don't know how to play. Basically, there's a
Who owns this
mafia.
Pete's bag?
Kings are the mafia.
So kings are the mafia.
Yeah.
Queens, Doctor, Joker.
And once we get all our cards, can we say
Put
go?
it face down.
Yeah, but can we go through what's what just to make sure that we know exactly that, like, oh, that is that, you know? So then you don't.
Yeah.
Because if I'm like, what's king again? You'd know what I am.
And if anyone sees your card, you're out, so make sure no one sees
Okay.
it.
Detective, anything else?
We're gonna go through the. We're gonna go through the roles. Once you get your card,
Queen, Doctor, Joker, Detective.
Maybe say that again when everyone
has their cards to make sure, yeah, that everyone's the right.
I just put my card in my bag.
Game master, like. It's gonna lose the close.
Don't look at me.
Doesn't matter if I find out. Okay. Are you ready? Everyone go straight.
Don't be looking at me.
Wait,
No,
can we call out the card, please?
No.
No, the queen.
Oh, sorry. King is the mafia. Queen is the doctor. Joker is the detective. Okay?
I heard Ed Peel. This is something to do with David.
I don't know this one. I don't have a Spidey.
In this or
Spidey sense.
What are you looking at?
So, killed in the mafia. And I don't like being in the mafia.
It's the last morning in Lombok, so we fly out in 3 hours, 4 hours. What time is it now? It's 10 o'clock, so we're flying 4 hours, and I didn't get my last surfing because my back is a little sore, and I didn't want to push it, and I just feel a little sleepy and tired. But it's been such an amazing trip, and it's flown. I actually can't believe we've been here for 6 days, but it's been everything that I've needed. I felt like I've had so much space to breathe. Like, even the air in Lombok, I feel like you can just breathe. Like, there's fresh air, there's like so much spaciousness when you like go out into nature, and just being able to surf and explore the island over the weekend and just playing games and just being has been so refueling, and I feel really recharged going back to Canggu. I know that the next couple of months are going to be quite busy because I get back and I'm going to be leaving for Ireland in 2 weeks, which is wild. Like, I actually can't believe we're in June. What's going on? So going back to Ireland in 2 weeks' time for my friends' hen. So we're stopping off in Mykonos and going home. Myself and Lana are flying together, and then we're going from Mykonos to Ireland, and then I'll go home and visit my family for a little bit, and then myself and Alana have our summer retreat in the Wicklow Mountains, which is going to be incredible. And then we're going to fly back out to Bali, and yeah, some of the the facilitator training is happening, the retreat's happening, and my friend's wedding. So it's going to be a busy few weeks or months, but it's also going to be, I think, a fun season. So I have a little bit of work to do before I hop on the plane. I have a call there now for one of the women who has applied for the Conscious Founder Retreat. So yeah, we'll see, and just gonna get some content done, feel grounded, organised before getting on the plane, because I feel like once I get back to Canggu, it could take nearly an hour and a half to get back home. So I'm gonna try to get most of the work done now this morning, and yeah, it's just been a really great trip, and it's given me everything I've needed. I think I've come here with an idea of, feeling into like the things that I'm calling in, and having the space to just be, having the space to have fun, having the space to connect with others, but also myself. And I've actually had a lot of space to connect to myself, even though it's been a group trip. I've spent actually a good bit of time on my own. And funnily enough, obviously when you give yourself that space and you have the capacity to move through things, three big things have come up in a particular area of my life that are being like mirrored and reflected. And yeah, it's just been really nice to have the space to just like look at that with awareness from an objective view, to acknowledge it, and this time to choose a little differently, which has been really nice to have the capacity to choose different behavior and respond differently to how I usually would. And that's probably why this morning I'm feeling a little more relaxed. I feel like the week has been really fun, and I've had a lot of space, and I've had a lot of peace, and I've had a lot of joy. But also with that has come that processing for the things that are starting to resurface. And this makes sense because I know that there's a lot of change coming. I know there's a lot of things that I'm calling in and I'm stepping into, and it requires that. And I've spoken about this numerous times throughout this vlog, and that actually wasn't even my intention to share this in real time, but I thought like this is exactly the work that I do, and practicing what I preach and showing you that you can actually, like, two things can coexist. I've been on this incredible holiday with my friends, but I've also done some processing and inner work that I didn't even realize that was going to surface for me, and just creating the space and time to actually delve in and to expand my capacity to hold the opportunities and the desires that I'm calling in, essentially. And being in a new environment is one of the greatest things that you can do to support yourself in interrupting a cycle, to support yourself in stepping into a new identity and showing up a little differently. And the reason that it is so important and that it supports you so much is when you put yourself into a new environment, your brain stops those associations. So the associations that you have to the regular routines that you have, the regular behaviors, the habits that you implement daily, and the people around you. So when you're constantly in your day-to-day, your brain is switched on and is having these associations and that hardwiring of who you are and how you show up, which is very much your identity. So when you're trying to make these changes and when you're trying to shift your identity, it can be really, really difficult because we have so many associations within our environment, because we've built this identity essentially in this environment. And that's why oftentimes when people move away from their hometown, or they move to a new place for a season or for a chapter, they'll go through significant growth. And a lot of times because we are changing our environment, our association changes, and we can really step into, especially with intention, we can really step into the identity or the person that we are wanting to show up as, because we can start to change our habits or behavior. If we are someone who wants to really implement boundaries and hold themselves in their own truth, and to support themselves in their own needs and their own self-worth, then you are going to have to show up that way. And sometimes when we do that inside an environment and inside of the circle in which we are continuously in, it can be really difficult to have changes being made. Not that it's impossible, but this week I think alone has even just given me space and capacity to interrupt cycles and to actually see things from an objective lens, and to get really clear on what I need to change and what I don't.
We're going to close her off. And we're closing her off. I'm going to close her off with the quote from, a little message from Starbucks.
Yeah.
May happiness always be by your side.
May happiness always be your side. And what did we say today? There are no problems. There are only problems of perspective. And if we are the problem, we are also the solution.
Which is so empowering.
Yeah.
And this trip, I feel like this trip has been real-time manifestation, every layer and phase happening through the contraction, the releasing, the fun, the play, the peace, everything. The duality.
Yeah, and it's all wrapped into one.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the period of our life where we look back and like in our 20s where we're free and young and can just do whatever the fuck we want. You know?
I want to play one more game of
traders
before we head back. Yeah.
And it's so nice being in the airport with your friends again. I feel like I'm on my 6th holiday. You know? So like, where are we going? Thanks guys.
Over and out.
You're gonna be sick of us.
Ilana's starting her YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So
subscribe to each of our channels. Woo!